Hello everyone, this is my first video. I have never recorded a video with intent of putting it online, so please be nice and go easy. My name is Mark, Moshe is my Hebrew name, I am Jewish, and I am hoping to review some interesting, difficult to find tropical fruits, and I'm starting off with a bang. I'm starting off with what I call my gateway drug into the tropical fruit world. And that is Garcinia mangostana. Now, if you're not familiar with this, it is known as a mangosteen or the purple mangosteen, and it is native to Southeast Asia. And the reason I'm getting into this, or the first fruit that I ever had that basically said, whoa, I don't know anything about fruit, was the purple mangosteen. You see, I grew up in New York. I live in New York now, and I had apples, I had oranges. You know, there are little tiers as to how easy fruit are to come by. And I was in Thailand in 2018, not 2008, and I had some of these street vendors. When in Rome, you know, you try out the fruit there, and I had this mangosteen. And literally, this thing went into my mouth, and instantly I said, this is the best fruit that I ever had in my life. And I decided I'm going to give this a little bit of a shot. I'm going to try some other interesting fruit. And I started researching it a little bit. It turns out there's a rabbit hole. Like, mangosteen is not that tough to find. If you're in America, you can go to Asian markets. My brother found these in an H-Mart. So, pretty big Korean market. Not terribly difficult to find. But I want to see if I can find different fruit, try them out, speak a little bit about them, and who knows, maybe people can be enlightened. Also, I'm going to have a different video discussing taxonomy, so basically the different levels of relation between certain fruits and other fruits. So for example, this is called the Garcinia mangostana. So the mangostana is the species of the fruit, and Garcinia is the genus. So there are other Garcinian fruit, and I'm actually really excited to try them out. I don't know how I'm going to find them, but one day. So they're all similar-ish to this mangosteen. Similarly, and I'll go a little more into it in the taxonomy video, citrus is a genus, and then you have citrus limuna, or lemon, whatever, that's the lemon, orange. These are different species under citrus. So that's just to give you an example of how genus and species work. So a little bit about the mangosteen. It is native to Southeast Asia. It's delicious. This is not the first time I'm eating a mangosteen. I will also say that I'm having these a little bit past ripe. I had these a while ago. They're summer blooming fruit, so they're not necessarily going to be super ripe now. I did have one a few days ago. It was still edible. It's probably not at its peak. It's also not in its native land in Southeast Asia, so I don't know if you're getting it as fresh or as tasty as you would if it was there. But it's currently my favorite fruit until I try one that's better. I'm told that some of the other Garcinias are better. And Annonas, these are fruit that a lot of people like. These are like cherimoyas or atamoyas or just sour sops, things like that, custard apples. So right now I'm just on the mangosteen. So I already cut one open and I just want to show you what this looks like. So up close, this is a full uncut mangosteen. It's purplish in color. This one happens to be quite hard because it's past ripe. If it's pre-ripe, it's hard. If it's past ripe, it's hard. The way to tell if it's okay is the skin should be white. Now this is starting to go a little bit, but it's still pretty white. This is edible. This is okay. I got a bunch last year and they were rotten to the core. So we're going to consider this a pretty good one. So let's give this a shot. Basically what you do is you cut it open. If you can actually see this again, it's almost like a woody brown at this point. It's supposed to be a somewhat moist purple when you open it. So this is definitely past ripe. But we're going to give this a shot. I'm going to take it out. They come in these, it almost looks like garlic cloves on the inside. And there's usually one big one. That would probably be this one. It's got the seed. The other ones, they're white. They're kind of pulpy. It's very floral. This one's not so floral. I think it's past its prime. But they're sweet, a little bit tangy. I haven't had a super fresh one in a while. So I'm gonna review this one here. I just remembered it was really awesome. People say that it tastes like kiwi or peach, or I think people like to make up flavors just to say that it tastes sort of like something. I'm probably not going to do that. I'm just going to taste it and say, this is what I'm getting out of it. Also, like I said, I don't know if this is perfectly ripe, so we're not going to judge all mangosteens by this mangosteen, but let's give it a shot. So, pulp or wedge number 1. Cheers. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pri ha'etz. Okay, so the texture is typical. It's soft, it's pulpy, it's sweet. It still is sweet. I remembered it being a little more floral last time I had it, like almost like you're getting a little bit of a perfumey taste, like a potpourri or something like that. This doesn't really have that so much. I don't think there's like a super distinct taste to this one. I'll give another one a shot. It's still delicious. It's still really good. Yeah, people are saying like, oh, is it really better than an orange? Is it better than an apple? These are the typical ones. These are the ones that everybody eats. Now, you know, I don't know how typical they are around the world, but this is not an uncommon fruit in Southeast Asia. Apples are very common here. Now, I will say, like, I've had unbelievable oranges, and I've had unbelievable apples, and maybe your average mangosteen is not better than a top 5% orange that I've had. But I would say that my average mangosteen that I've had, and I've probably had about 6 or 7 outside of Thailand at this point in my life, the average mangosteen that I've had, they've all been absolutely fantastic. They beat out the average any other fruit. I'd say the most common fruit, the easiest fruit to find in America or New York that I find I consistently enjoy the most is probably a mango. But mangosteens are great. If you're in America, you're probably going to have to wait till next summer to get a good clean one if you really like it. This is, by the way, being recorded on October 1st, 2020. So smack in the middle of COVID. Actually, I hope it's not the middle. I hope it's tail end. But yeah, it's sweet, slight tang. I wouldn't really go to I wouldn't even call it sour. Yeah, this one does not have a super distinct flavor, so it's just, that's my take on this one. But in general, still my favorite fruit. It's not losing out just because this isn't the best one that I've had. I just wanted to tell its story. But yeah, that's me signing off my first video. I probably rambled a little bit. Like I mentioned, I don't have a distinct, way of putting these videos together. If I continue with this and it goes anywhere, then I'm sure I'll have a little bit more structure, maybe some opening line. But this is my first video, so if anybody watches it and you like it, then great. But I'm saying a lot. But definitely, if you can find mangosteen, definitely give those a shot. And don't eat the seeds. The seeds are no good. So signing off on my first video. Yeah, this is still pretty good. Signing off on my first video. If you guys watch this, thank you for watching. And hopefully more to come. Who knows? Thank you guys. Oh, one more thing. If you're wondering what I did right before I ate the mangosteen, I made a blessing. It's a Jewish thing. We're supposed to make blessings on the food we eat. It is, it's a way of showing our gratitude for the things that we have. So I will be doing that a lot. And if it's a fruit that I've never tasted before, I'm going to make a separate blessing that goes toward experiences that are new. So as a heads up, by the way, mangosteen seed, kind of chewed. So as a heads up, I will be doing that right before I eat any fruit. So again, for the third time, signing out. Thank you for watching.